leave them on, and if this way, if it starts, then we'll be good, I guess. Yeah.
We're good?
I think so. Well, if it comes on, it comes on. If it doesn't, you're supposed to unplug that when you're done with it, but nobody ever does, and so it overheats.
Oh,
So, there it is.
okay.
Looks like it's getting ready. So we'll start here in just a second.
Okay, I'll wait for the word.
All right,
We're good?
we are up and running.
All right. All right, well, I will call the October 29th Library Board meeting to order. Thank you all for being here. Welcome to Robin Begley, our new member of the Library Board. Welcome to our mighty group.
Thank you.
Dr. Hahn had sent out the Library Board minutes from September 24th. If you've had the opportunity to review them, I will entertain a motion to approve.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion or questions? All those in favor of approving the Library Board minutes from September 24th signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Financial reports, Dr. Hahn.
All right. We've been working on kind of making sure everything's taken care of as we get to the end of the year so that we don't have any unpaid bills. We try to have everything kind of ordered and taken care of by at least the end of November. So we're working on that. We have one more big payment, and that's for our magazine subscriptions. But I haven't gotten an invoice from the company yet. I've emailed them, and that'll be a $2,500 or so purchase. Other than that, the city account, I think, is, unless anybody has any particular questions, it's mainly supplies for programming and books, some processing materials, and some office supplies. Usually cleaning supplies are the stuff that we get with office supplies, or anything we need to use ourselves staff-wise. Did have to buy stamps, and so that's that. The Dunn Trust savings is good.
Dr. Hahn,
Yeah,
with
sorry.
Robin being new, could you just explain a little bit so she kind of understands
sure,
what the
sure.
Dunn Trust is and what some of these accounts
Yeah,
are?
because we'll be talking about the Dunn Trust here in a second.
Oh, perfect, thank you.
Yeah, our financials are broken up into city budget, which is the money that we're allotted from the city. We have a trust that was set up a number of years ago, the Alice Wiggins Dunn Trust, which is money mainly used for, traditionally it's been used for capital improvement projects. And so that money, we have a savings account that the interest has gone into. We also keep the money invested in a CD, which just renewed, which we'll talk about. Then we also have what we call the Memorial Miscellaneous Account, which is where any donations to the library or any money we take in through copying and fines and anything like that goes into that account. And that account is used for a few different things. Mainly it's used for programming, or if whatever money that has been donated to us, if it's earmarked for something, whether it's books or whatever, that comes out of that as well. When that checking account gets up to a certain number, usually if it's over a couple thousand in there, I take whatever's extra and I put it in the Memorial Miscellaneous Savings Account, so it can generate interest as well. If you ever want to come in and kind of look at the stuff in more detail, you're definitely welcome to. So the city account, was what we were just talking about, and we're trying to get that spent down to zero before the end of the year. So that is all cleared and taken care of and makes it easier for the finance office to get things figured out. And it helps us to keep track of how much we spent and know, if we've got anything left over, if we have overspent in any categories. The Dunn Trust savings, it's a high yield savings now, so as long as the balance is over $50,000, we make the we make the interest off of it regardless. If it falls below $50,000, we get a $50 penalty. But we're making right now $98.51 a month, so we can still afford that $50. If it were to drop down, we'd still be making enough interest that it's much more than it was before. It was the high yield. Hey, Nick. The Dunn Trust CD just went up for renewal at the beginning of August. 7-month CDs are about all that anyone wants to do right now, just because of the volatility of the market. So we did renew it for another 7 months. The interest rate dropped 0.25% to 3.5. So we will revisit that in 7 months and see where we're at. I didn't pull any of the interest out. I left it in this time around. Typically, I pull some out to put it in the savings account. I didn't this time. But when it comes due in April or whenever, we may want to pull some of that out and put it into the savings. So that's that. The Memorial Miscellaneous Savings Account interest was $125, which is great. And we had a few deposits, and then we had just a couple of expenses. We bought some advertising in the high school paper and yearbook, so that was $100, and $150 for some programming. We had an author come, and and then I was able to put 2,000. So things are looking pretty good that way. And we got the third quarter statement from the Black Hills Area Community Foundation, where we have another endowment, and it looks like that is going up, although kind of on a daily basis things are sort of changing with that account. But right now we're up a little bit from the beginning of the quarter, so we'll see what the rest of the year brings. And then with that, in January, they tell us how much of the endowment we can spend or reinvest, and we've decided to start taking out half of what we're able to and putting it into an account. This is money. This endowment is money that was part of the remodel of the children's area. So that money is basically set aside for whatever needs they have over there in that part, in the children's area. The biggest thing that I think is coming up is a couple of the computers we have that are educational computers for kids. We've had those for about 5 years now, and so I'm kind of expecting any day those are going to decide to go south on us. They're not connected to the internet, so they're free. They are doing their thing, and so far they're working pretty well. Replacing those are I think they're up to about $4,000 each now to replace them. So that's why we're trying to build up that account so we can purchase new ones if we need to. Otherwise, things are going pretty good over there. That's what we've got for the financial report.
All right.
If there are any questions, I would be happy to try to answer them.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Hahn, for reviewing that. I will entertain a motion to approve the financial reports.
So moved.
Second.
All right. It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion or questions? All those in favor of approving the financial reports signify by saying aye.
Aye.
those opposed, same sign. Motion carries. All right. Director's report.
All right. Stats are looking good. Libby continues to gain in circulation. So I think by the end of the year, it's probably going to be half of our circulation is going to be ebooks. It seems most of the people that come in for a library card now are interested mainly in getting access to Libby, more so than anything else. We got $1,000 from the Spearfish Area Arts Council. Every year they can donate money specifically to the library, and that number came out to be $1,000 this year, so that was great. And we had another memorial for 125.
I think that's, excuse me, but I think that's the Jarless.
Yeah.
Oh, should that be a J? Oh, sorry.
Jarlais.
L-A-I-S.
Jarless.
Okay,
Oh, right.
okay. Yeah, I got a check and not really much of an explanation, so,
You said Spearfish.
okay.
You said Spearfish
Oh.
Arts Council.
Oh, I'm sorry, Sturgis. Sorry, Sturgis Area Arts Council. My bad. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, Mary Freeman is going to put up some stuff in November for our artist. Our programming numbers are pretty good. The afternoon programs seem a little bit smaller than last year. Not sure why. It just seemed to be a slower start with kids coming into the library this year than last year. But nothing alarming, I don't think. Regular meetings. The facility is in pretty good shape right now. With Judd gone, it's a little bit different on how things work. But so far, things are going well. They were working on winterizing the building over the past few weeks. I think they're about done with that. They're thinking about how they're going to keep the faucet in the staff room from freezing this winter. I don't know what they've come up with yet, if they've come up with anything, but I still have the barn heater to put in there.
Whatever works.
Because it worked last year, and so unless they come up with a permanent fix, we'll still put that in there to keep the pipes from freezing. Yeah, so that's going well. I know they're looking for somebody to take over his position. I don't know if they've had any applications or found anybody yet, but you got a thing, a flyer on the Day of Giving. Sierra is putting that together again. This year, she's asking for $10 from 100 people, which would give us $1,000 to go toward programming kids stuff. So if you're interested, please donate. Put this up somewhere or pass the word that that's what we're doing this year.
Good picture.
We've got a yeah, that was from the end of the summer reading program, the party,
Yeah.
where they made
Tie-dye shirts.
well, no, they actually had
Like a fun roll
like
thing.
powdered paint
Powder
Yeah.
stuff.
before you add the water to it,
Yeah.
and they made little bombs out of them, wrapped them in I don't know if it was a T-shirt or a piece of,
runs and
and threw them at each other, and
Yeah.
so
I love it.
yeah, they had a good time doing that. But yeah, and so yeah, so hopefully you can get the word out on that. I included the newsletter and the Music Speaks poster, so if you have any place you can put that up, that would be great as well. Let's see, we'll talk about the budget here in a second. And I haven't made any more progress on a point of sale system for taking credit cards. It's kind of low priority, and it'll probably happen at some point, but we'll get there. And Kathy's back about full-time now. And I think she's still working part-time this week, but then she just got the all clear to come back full-time, so she'll be doing that. And she's, yeah, she's excited about that. We're excited about that, so, yeah, so that's good. And we filled Donia's office with balloons today because it was her 60th birthday, so.
Oh, awesome.
So, yeah, I think we were gonna tell her to, welcome to the club. Yeah, so things are going pretty well on most fronts, I think.
All right, thank you.
Sorry, I guess I did put staff flooring under the board report. It's kind of related to the budget, but, I wanted to bring it up separately just because, we had to do a budget reduction because of anticipated revenue for the city. And the first thing I pulled out of the budget was money for the staff flooring, which went a long way toward me not having to cut a bunch of other stuff. And I'm thinking the way this is going, I asked the guys who are working on the building right now if they would be able to install flooring. Like if we bought the flooring, would they put it in? And they said, well, I don't see why not. So that may be an option for next year, would be for us to purchase the materials and have the city supply the labor. Preliminary discussions, I mean, I haven't gone through any channels yet. I was just asking the guys that were actually going to do it. I said, hey, do you know how to install flooring? He's like, yeah, okay. So we may be able to get it done that way instead of paying somebody else to do it. We've got the $2,000 that's been donated for helping that out. So I think that would go a long way toward buying materials. I imagine labor is probably at least half of what the cost of replacing it is, if not more. So I think that could bring the price down significantly. So I'll keep you up to date as we go. But I checked today, and the flooring that we have in the community room is still available. The colors are still available. So
If I remember correctly, and I may not, it seems like there was an issue with laying that linoleum.
that in the staff area, you mean? Or the
children's area.
Oh, the vinyl.
Coming in? Is that right? Do
Oh.
you recall that they had to come back and
Yes.
replace some of
They
them?
did have to replace.
So I don't know if that is something about how it's laid, if there's specific ways or glues or what it might be, but I do remember them.
That would
coming
be my
back and
guess.
lifting some because they separated just I think I remember that they separated some.
Yeah, I remember that too.
And that was in the installation process. They took care of it, of course, because
Sure.
it was,
Yeah,
but just
You are correct.
FYI.
Yeah. Well, and that's something to take into consideration too. Yeah. As long as they're using the correct glue to install it, you would hope that it would.
It shrunk
Come on,
somewhat.
okay.
I can't remember exactly, Chris, but I do.
Yeah.
how long ago was that?
I think it was 2019.
Would be
we had the
19,
ribbon
yeah.
cutting in there,
Okay.
so,
Yeah.
Wow,
and it seems like it happened
seems like it was forever.
right away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was pretty
Was it
soon.
2019?
It seems
Yeah.
like it was longer than that, but I don't know,
Grand opening?
it blends together.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right, there were gaps.
Yes.
I don't know if they came back and ironed it and stretched it. Pulled it up, I just say pulled it up and.
Well, yeah, and that's the nice thing about that stuff because it's not interlocking. So if you have an issue, the bad one comes up and the new one goes down, and yeah.
All right.
Okay. All right, so that's
All
Yeah.
right, thank
all
you.
of that.
No unfinished business, so we'll move on to new business.
All right.
Election of a treasurer.
Yeah, so Kristen was our treasurer, and since she resigned from the board, we need a replacement to finish out her term, which is through 2026.
Could you read a list of the positions that other members hold?
Kelly is vice president and Cricket is president.
And your secretary?
Well, yeah. Although that's not an elected position.
Right.
All right,
Want to be treasurer again? I would do it again. I'll nominate Kathy.
all right.
Second.
We have a nomination and a second. Kathy, are there any other nominations? Going once, going twice? All right, all those in favor of Kathy being the treasurer for the library board signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, same sign. Congratulations, Kathy, thank you.
That's right. Did I mention that we're going to change that next year so that you're, by the way.
Thank you, Kathy.
Okay, great.
All right, November meeting.
So the November meeting is scheduled for November 26th,
Yeah, I'll be gone.
which is the day before Thanksgiving.
No, we're gone.
Won't be there.
I won't.
So,
Yep.
my suggestion is we either move it a week earlier to the 19th or a week later to December 3rd. Apparently, it's already on the books for the 19th in the finance office. I don't know why, but that's where they have it. But at any rate, if we want to move it one way or the other, that would be probably better. We typically don't meet the end of December, so it would be the last meeting for the year.
I have a conflict on the 19th. I have to take my dad to the Eye Institute,
Okay,
and it's at 4, so
okay, so yeah.
it's a big
really
conflict.
would be.
But, if I'm the only one, it's not a big deal either, but
So does anyone have conflicts on the 3rd? So,
I should be good.
okay,
I would be here about the same time.
Okay.
are we good with the 3rd then? Okay. Dr. Hahn, does that work for you?
Yeah, I will confirm it. If there's an issue with this room, we can always have it someplace else. Yeah,
So you were saying then that there is no other meeting in November?
we typically don't meet in December.
Okay, I thought so.
So this would be next meeting is the last meeting of the year.
Okay,
Yeah. Okay,
all right.
there you go.
That's down, all right. And then the proposed library holiday closures for 2026.
Yeah, I thought we should probably get those taken care of. With some Saturday holidays that we have, because of the way the weekly schedule works, if there's a Friday holiday, we don't work on Saturday either. And same thing with a Saturday holiday, we don't work on Friday. If it's a Sunday holiday, we don't work on Monday. So Juneteenth falls on a Friday. The 4th of July is on a Saturday. So those would both be 2-day closures. Then Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, there was a little bit of an issue for last year. The administration didn't see any reason for the library to be closed on the 24th or the 31st. And I explained that the library board sets the library hours, but there was still some concern that we were closed all that time. We have little to nobody come in on those days.
So is
we
that like the
decided
day
to,
after Thanksgiving, you're saying?
well, this is Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve.
Oh, okay.
The day after Thanksgiving, we are closed because that's
Okay.
a city holiday. But as far as December 24th and December 31st, we decided that what we could do is if we did half a day, then the staff was only required to give up one vacation day instead of 2 days if we wanted to be closed. But then the mayor said that city employees could have the afternoon of the 24th off. So then it only cost us 4 days or 4 hours, excuse me, of leave to be closed on New Year's Eve. Since those are Friday and, well, yeah, so I put down that we would close at noon both those days. And then I'm assuming that city staff will get the 24th off again, but I haven't gotten confirmation on that yet. And then people can either work their schedule the week of New Year's to put in those extra hours, or take some time off, so that we can close on the 31st as well. So that's why I have half days on those two. There's been some discussion. We typically don't have a lot of people come in the Saturday after Thanksgiving. And so being open that day, you know, you have Thursday, Friday off, and then some of the staff has to come in Saturday, and some of the staff doesn't. So that part's not fair. But the staff that doesn't come in on Saturday usually, or the staff that comes in on Saturday takes Wednesday off. So they get Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, have to come in Saturday, have Sunday off. The other staff members work Wednesday and then have Thursday through Sunday off. So it's not necessarily fair to some of the staff. And in the past, people take turns, whether it's their year to work that Saturday after Thanksgiving or not. I didn't put it down as having that day off as well, but we were talking about it today, and I said, well, I would bring it up as well. So that would be another option as far as being closed that Saturday or not. I think for this year, I think Sierra has a pie and puzzle competition on that day, if I remember right. Where's the calendar? But at any rate, that's something to think about as well, I guess, when we, or when you guys decide what to do about
Yeah,
the
so
calendar.
you made the comment that not many people come in. Do you keep track of that? I mean, I think that would be nice for us to see, because
don't,
if there's no one coming in,
Well, I guess we could.
I would recommend that. I mean, that way we would have, if we're not having people come in, then that would make sense.
Close though, because people aren't, I mean, maybe we need to say we're open on Saturday and let people know that we're here to,
Right.
you know, for kids or adults that don't have things going on, that we're here to serve their needs on Saturday. I mean, that's a 4-day weekend. It just seems for a city office like, I mean,
Well,
it seems like.
finance office isn't open. Public Works isn't open.
You're talking after Thanksgiving.
Community center is.
Community center is, but they're a little bit different because they have part-time work. Part-time workers. Same with the liquor store. So they have different schedules because they don't have full-time staff as well. But in the past, we have been open that Saturday.
Right.
And we are this year. We'll take a count and see.
Actually, how many people are utilizing it?
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that would be helpful. Like if you're open this year,
Yeah.
count and then we would know better for 2026, but, because, yeah, I can't imagine too many people come in, so.
No. If anything, well, I don't know if it's happened on that day, but sometimes parents will come in and essentially drop their kids off because they need a break. Which kids under 14 aren't supposed to be unsupervised in the library, but that doesn't mean it doesn't happen. And usually it's not an issue, and we're happy to have them there. But yeah, I'll do that. So as far as, and like I said, I didn't have it on the calendar for this year, but the staff brought it up. So I said, well, I will talk to you guys about it. So other than that, Saturday after Thanksgiving, this is the,
Finance office closed like on June 3rd or July 3rd?
well, the way the contract reads, and I have it on the next page, the way it reads, if it's a Saturday holiday, then they get Friday off as well. That's the way the union contract reads. So they should be closed on the 3rd.
Yeah, they should
Yeah.
be.
Yeah, and it's rare because it's only when it falls on a Thursday or a Friday, or a Friday or a Saturday. So this is an unusual year that way because the rally is also late.
Yeah,
It's the latest that
rally is the
it could be,
7th,
actually.
right? Yeah, it starts at the 7th.
So, yeah, like every 7 years that happens, and then it starts to back up, and then it jumps ahead and backs up, yeah. So, yeah.
I have a question about Christmas Eve. You had said that the city administration was, wondering why the library was closed on the 24th.
Yeah.
So the finance office is open on the 24th? Or?
Well, I think they were going to be until city employees were given half a day leave.
Okay. So the city is basically saying we're closing at noon on Christmas Eve?
They did last year.
Okay.
I haven't heard anything about it this year.
About this year,
I assume
okay.
nobody's probably thought about it yet.
Okay. So,
I haven't heard anything.
oh, okay.
I assume
So-
it'll probably be similar though.
But, yeah, I think noon is the least you can do. I advocate for the full day just so people can travel if they need to and that type of thing.
Right,
But,
and
I
that was
I don't
how we
know.
had done it in the past.
Yeah,
In
I
the
don't know
past,
how
they had
much
had-
pushback we can have. I mean, that's just my opinion. I would advocate for that, but, I mean, more so for Christmas than New Year's, because Christmas is such a family holiday and
Right.
people travel more, and, New Year's is not, but Christmas really is.
All right. Any further discussion on that?
So should we wait to vote till
Yeah, I think if it is okay, I think we wait and kind of look and see what the numbers are like before we approve this. If we can look at that
Sure,
after Thanksgiving and then that meeting in December, on December 3rd,
yeah.
we'll take a look at that again. So if you can put that on the agenda for that December 3rd meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You bet.
All right. Find where I'm at. All right, updated 2026 library budget.
Right. Yeah, we were, department heads were charged with reducing the budget more than our original proposals because of what they estimated the revenue for the city was going to be for 2026. So what I ended up doing, and I've got the proposed and revised 2026 numbers there for you to look at. If you go down, I left professional fees alone. I cut the repairs and maintenance for computers, I cut that by 400. Building maintenance, I took out basically 12,600, which was around what it was gonna cost to replace the flooring. And that's down to 400, and that would cover if we had, if we needed a new chair, or, somebody's, well, I don't know, something broke. The way things are going now, it looks like all of the maintenance, lights and water and anything that needs to be fixed will be taken care of out of a separate budget. So we won't be paying for that anymore. If we have a light go out and we need a new one, or we've got, light bulbs that need to be replaced, that's gonna be taken out of a different budget. So that 400 is just gonna be for things like office chairs, or, I don't know, anything that needed work that the city said, well, no, we're not gonna pay for that.
So that different budget, that's city budget?
That's,
Okay.
I have nothing to do with that, so, I imagine it'll just be used till it's empty, and then, then I don't know what they'll do. They're still trying to figure out the details on that, but I'm not 100% sure. I haven't heard anything for a while. So that cut, 13,000 out of the budget right there. Then moving on, I cut, 500 out of the book budget. I cut 500 out of periodicals. I cut about 300 out of processing materials, which may need to get put back in from someplace else. I left office supplies. I cut new programming by 1,000. I cut our ebooks by 200. I cut our DVD budget and audiobook budget by 2,000. I cut computers by 2,100, and then programming I brought down 200, and I got rid of the travel budget, most all of the travel budget. I was hoping to send somebody to a conference next year, but even 3,000 is pushing it to try to get somebody somewhere for a conference. So the 700 should get us, or at least somebody, to the state conference, partially. And so, and then I also cut the number of hotspots. And actually that's something else we need to talk about, but, down to, back down, I think I had it at 6 instead of, 8, which would be $720. So I was actually able to take about 28% of our budget, or 24%, I think, down, and submit that. And when I talked to Aaron the last time, I said, well, do we need to do anything else? And he said, no, we've got it all taken care of. So as long as the city council looks at everything and says, yeah, all these numbers add up, this will be our budget for next year, which is better overall, better than this year. So that's good, but still missing out on a few things. Yeah, any questions about that? I just tried to kind of spread the cuts throughout rather than take a big chunk out of something that was kind of important. Well, yeah, that's out of our hands, or my hands anyway. And the city council decided to implement the budget increase, or the salary increases over 2 years. And they left the part-time money where it was, which is a huge increase. Still could be a little bit higher, so probably for 2027, we'll try to bump that up a little bit more. Because part-time help is getting a pretty substantial increase. In fact, most of my staff is getting more. I think almost all of them are 10% or more to get them aligned with where it is. Yeah, which is great.
Yeah.
Good for them is what I say. So yeah,
So it's $50,000 increase this year from last year.
yeah, is that, well, whatever the number says, yeah. Yeah, and like I said, the basically everything up above, well, all the personnel stuff I have no input in, with the exception of part-time. And, yeah. So that's all put in by magic, I think. Yeah, I assume, that's what I believe anyway. So that's what we're looking at for next year. And I was going to, but I didn't put it in. I'm a little concerned about hotspots, since we've got a few minutes left. Mainly because we had an incident with somebody who had a hotspot. It was overdue, long overdue. And the person's mom called. "Do you guys have a hotspot?" "Well, no, we don't. Your daughter has one that's long overdue." And so, yeah. 15 minutes later, some guy brings in a hotspot, drops it off, and takes off, which was the missing hotspot. And then about 10 minutes later, this person calls back. "Hey, do you guys have a hotspot?" And we said, "Well, we do, but it's been turned off." "Well, can I have it anyway?" "Well, no, it's been turned off. It doesn't work. Because when stuff is long overdue, I can go in and I can have it shut off, so it doesn't work anymore." Then it typically will come back, but not always. There's one that is just gone. But anyway, so she came in the next day. "Can I have a hotspot?" "Well, it's getting turned on. It's not on yet. And plus, your daughter still owes us $100 fine for the other one, and we can't check it out to the same household." I haven't even finished that sentence, and she said, "We live in different places." Okay. Technically, I guess I could check it out to you. We don't have one for you. We'll put it on hold. So anyway, obviously she was coming in to check it out for her daughter again, because her daughter didn't have the $100 to pay for it. And so I ran a report, and since 2023, looking at the statistics, the hotspots have gone out 490 times, and we've had 63 patrons check out hotspots. And I'm happy to provide the service, but 1/5 of those patrons are checking it out. So 20% of the patrons are checking it out 66% of the time. So it looks like essentially that, and the percent have checked it out maybe once or twice. So essentially we're subsidizing people's internet. And with the budget the way it is, I really don't feel like that's something that the library needs to be doing. Is, if somebody needs a hotspot and uses it for something, once or twice, great. The reason we got them in the first place was with COVID money, so kids that had limited internet access could be doing their homework. And when we had 10 hotspots, 5 of them were designated for kids and 5 for adults. And now that we're down to 5 hotspots, it's, whoever wants to use them can use them, but it's the same people using them over and over again. And I think that they're up in, I wrote it down, May. The end of May is when the current contract is up. And so right now I'm thinking I don't think we necessarily need to renew those, because they're not being used the way they're intended.
And they can still come down here and get Wi-Fi.
They can get free Wi-Fi here, but they can't sit at home and watch movies.
How long can they check them out for?
It's 5 days,
Wow, 5 days.
and then they have to wait
That's a long time.
another week before they can check it out again.
Okay.
Because we did have people that were just checking, they'd come back every week and recheck it out. And so, unfortunately, they're just not being used the way we had hoped. So,
Save us some money.
it would.
Do we owe anything on this current contract?
No, we're paid up through, you pay in advance for a year is how this company works. It's $120 for a hotspot for a year, which is incredible, because we were paying $55 a month per hotspot before,
When did you say the contract's up?
in May.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, May 30th.
We can always put it and then revisit it if we think that there's somebody that really needs it.
Well, yeah, Yeah, I mean, we could maybe keep one for kind of special occasions if somebody, you know, wanted to use it. Somebody had talked about, well, maybe we should change it to it's like a 2-day checkout period. I said, well, then we're gonna be dealing with the same problems, but like 3 times a week instead of once a week. So, I don't think that would solve the problem. And so, yeah, so anyway, we've got until May to decide for sure whether we wanna do this or not. But I wanted to bring that up now since it was kind of fresh in our minds and, yeah. So, yeah, anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. Because I think the money could be used better somewhere else now. You know, if conditions change, then perhaps. And I think as long as we have the devices, because we bought the devices, so we own those, we just wouldn't pay for service. And then if at some point we wanted to start the service up again, we could just go ahead and.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like there's an extra fee to restart, to start the subscription again. I think we would just contact them and say, hey, we want to do this again, and then it would be okay, $120 per device, and there you go.
They don't need them for programming or in here, right? It's
Right.
not
Well,
off-site.
and that's why I was saying if we kept one, if we needed it. Typically, the only time, very rarely have we used it during a program.
Okay.
When we were live streaming History at High Noon, I would use one because the bandwidth in the library is kind of not always steady. Other than that, but we don't live stream those anymore, so. So there's not really a need for it all the time, but yeah. So there you go.
No, thank you for the update, and, you know, I think probably just put it on the agenda come March, April,
Yeah.
May.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that we can just
Yeah.
address that again.
And I can look at the numbers again and see if they change between now and then. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just, it's frustrating, you know, because we've kind of known that this was sort of happening, but until I actually ran a report to see. I mean, I thought more people were using it. And I think during COVID, more people were, a larger number of people. Now it's just kind of a, you know. And I had somebody tell me, you know, who consistently brings it back late, you know, you've paid us probably over $500 in fines so far. Why not just get your own? It's just more convenient to use yours.
Oh, my
And
God.
they're paying the fine?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, they pay the fine. And so for them, it's worth it to, I don't know how it would be worth it, but I guess at any rate.
Wow.
So,
Well, thank you.
yeah,
All
so there you
right.
go.
I don't see any business to go into executive session.
No.
All right. No one is here to bring anything before the board, so I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
All right. Thank you, and we'll see everybody back on December 3rd.
All right.
Chris, I have a question. I understand there was an article in the paper